Good morning, everyone, and welcome back from your April vacation. I hope you all enjoyed a lot of fun with your family and got to do some really great activities when you were home over April vacation. We're going to spend some time later in Morning Motivation today actually sharing about those activities. We're going to talk about the people that you got to spend time with, the activities that you got to do, and hopefully the really awesome books that you read over vacation. But for now, today is Monday, April 27th, and it is the first day of week 6 of distance learning. You guys have been doing an incredible job for the first 5 weeks of learning from home, and I am so excited to see what you're able to accomplish this week. I know I have been really impressed, and Miss Parquette has, and your teachers have been impressed by how much you guys are growing your brains during this time, and you're using this time to still learn as much as you possibly can, even when you're at home. So you should feel really proud of yourselves, and I hope you feel really excited to do that again this week on week 6. And we are starting today with the Brooke Creed from Dahlia and Scranton. And I'm excited because we have Dahlia and Scranton leading today, and then we have someone else who will be a surprise from Scranton leading tomorrow. But I'm still looking for people to lead on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you haven't had a turn to lead yet and you're interested in doing that, just send me a video so that you can lead later this week. All right, let's get started with Dahlia leading the Brooke Creed. All right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, everybody. Let's try that again. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
I am a brick scholar. I have the power to determine who I am, who I will become, and what I do in life. I will stay focused on achieving excellence. I will make smart choices because I respect myself, my teammates, and my community. Today is the step on my path towards success.
Awesome job, Dahlia, and thank you for leading the Brooke Creed for us together today. Tomorrow we have someone else from Scranton, and on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, hopefully we'll have one of you leading the Brooke Creed for everybody. We had a ton of birthdays before vacation and over vacation, so I hope if you celebrated your birthday over vacation that you really enjoyed some special time with your family and that you felt really cared about and you felt really loved over vacation when you were celebrating your birthday. Today we have one more birthday to celebrate. We have Cameron from Cornell who is turning 8 years old today. So if you talk to Cameron today, if you're maybe one of his Cornell teammates or you're another second grader or just someone who is good friends with Cameron, make sure to wish him a happy birthday, and then you can also ask him what he's doing to celebrate. That's a great way to show that you care about people when they're celebrating their birthday. Cameron, I hope you have a fabulous birthday. I wish that we could celebrate together and that I could give you 8 high fives for turning 8 years old today, but I know that we'll see each other again hopefully soon and we'll be able to celebrate the birthday that we missed when we were apart. Happy birthday, Cameron, and enjoy your day. We're going to get started with shout outs for this morning. So our first shout out comes from Mr. Gilbert. And it's a shout out for Mila, who has been using GChat to video call. So GChat is a really cool feature of email that Mila has learned how to use. And that can be pretty tricky, but she stuck with it and she figured out how to use it. And now she's able to use that to have video calls with Mr. Gilbert. And Mr. Gilbert said it's a great way just to talk with Mila about how her day is going or how her week is going, and also a good chance to see her work and see how much she's growing her brain when she's at home. Mila, that shows awesome leadership, and I'm really impressed that you were able to figure that out and so proud of how you're using it to keep growing your brain. Let's give Mila 2 claps. Our next shout out also comes from Mr. Gilbert, and it's a shout out for Dro. Dro has been watching every single writing video that Mr. Gilbert films, and that is helping Dro to grow his brain so much. Every time he is writing a plan or every time he's writing a paragraph, he always makes sure to include the secret code that Mr. Gilbert gave in his video, and that shows that he's using his time really well to watch the video, to learn from those videos, and then to use that in his writing. Dro, that shows awesome self-determination and leadership, and make sure to keep that up. Let's give 2 claps for Dro. Our next shout out comes from Miss Rely, and it is a shout out for all of Scranton. You can see them all in that awesome picture. Looks like from maybe one of their parties that they had. Miss Rely has a shout out for Scranton because before vacation, there was a day where everyone from Scranton handed in every single assignment on Seesaw. And that shows awesome leadership and it shows a ton of growth. Because I know Seesaw has been a little bit tricky and that it can be tough to get all your work done and get it all submitted, but they had 100% of their work submitted, which is awesome and something that we're all really working hard to be able to do. So Scranton, we are very impressed. Make sure to keep growing your brains. We know you're working so hard, and Miss Rely and I are both very proud of you. Let's give 2 claps for Scranton. All right, what we're going to do next is we are going to take some time, just like we always do after vacation, to share about all the awesome things that you guys did over vacation. And it's a little sad because we can't share those things in person. So it's not like you can say it out loud and I'll hear it and I'll know it right away. But we're still going to take some time to think about the great things we did over vacation, to say them out loud to ourselves. And then if you want to share them with me later, you can definitely share those with me. So you can write them down if you want to, or you can give me a call and you can tell me about them, because I would love to hear about how you spent your vacation. And I know your teachers would love to hear that as well. So the first question that I want you guys to think about is, who did you enjoy spending time with over vacation? So you can think about who's in your house that you got to spend time with. But sometimes people are also spending time over the phone or through FaceTime or through Zoom with other people who don't live in their house. So right now, think about one person you got to spend time with over vacation, either in person or over the phone or computer. Think about someone you really enjoyed spending time with and go ahead and whisper it to yourself. I'm going to do that too. Go ahead. Okay, I can't wait to hear about who you enjoyed spending time with. I want to tell you a little bit about someone who I enjoyed spending time with. I had a new niece who was born, and her name is Zoe, and she's just now a little bit over a week and a half old. And Zoe obviously can't talk yet, obviously has no idea who I am. She's spending a lot of time just sleeping and eating, the things that newborn babies do. And I've been feeling a little sad because I haven't gotten to meet her yet, and I haven't gotten to hold her yet because we have to be really safe and we have to keep our distance. But over vacation, I got to spend some time with Zoe over FaceTime. So I got to see her. She was sleeping when we were on FaceTime, but I got to see her and I got to think about what it would be like to meet her someday. And I got to talk to my brother and my other niece, Maddie, and my brother's wife, Elizabeth. So that was really nice spending time with them. Even though it couldn't be in person, I still enjoyed getting to see some of my family. The next question I want you guys to think about is, what was your favorite activity that you did indoors over vacation? A lot of us are spending a bunch of time indoors, and I hope you're finding lots of things to keep you busy. So right now, think about the best thing you did inside over vacation. What was it and what made it so awesome? Go ahead and whisper it to yourself. Go. Okay, so I want to share my favorite activity that I did inside over vacation. Over vacation, I played a lot of games. So I played some card games. I played the card game Uno. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of that or played that. Cool. And I also played, I guess it's kind of like a board game called Scrabble. Raise your hand if you've heard of that. So Scrabble is a cool game where you get a bunch of different letters. It's kind of like Bananagrams if you've played that. You have a whole mix of letters and you have to figure out how to make different words and how to fit them together into a puzzle, sort of. And so I got to play Scrabble over vacation, and I had a lot of fun doing that because I got to be creative and I got to think about different words and I got to try to work hard to get as many points as I possibly can. So I had a lot of fun doing that inside. If playing a board game or a card game is not something you've tried at home yet, that could be a really good idea of something to try this week. I found that it's a good way to not be in front of the TV or my phone or my computer, but to be doing something different with the people that I live with. Now I want you to think about your favorite activity that you did outside over vacation. If you got to go outside, what was that favorite activity? Think of it. Go ahead and whisper it to yourself. Okay, so being outside during this time can be a little bit tricky because you have to keep your distance from other people, and I know some people might be wearing masks when they're going outside. So it can be a little hard, and you definitely have to be safe if you go outside. One of my favorite activities that I did outside over vacation is I went for a hike in the woods. And I really liked doing that because I got to spend some time in the sun. It was on a pretty warm day. and I got to see trees and birds. We actually saw a hawk when we were on the hike. And I also got to be outside, but not be too close to other people. Sometimes when I go and walks in my neighborhood, it feels like there are too many people around. So it was nice to be in the woods because it felt like there wasn't many people around. And so I really enjoyed that activity over vacation. Now, the last question that you're going to think about today is, what was your favorite book that you read over vacation? So think about that, lock it in your brain, and go ahead and whisper it to yourself. Okay. So I read 2 books over vacation. They were both nonfiction books, actually. One of them was a book that I'm reading in a little book club with Miss Parquette, Miss Valenga, and Miss Cardoso. And it was a book that I really liked. It's called Atomic Habits. And I liked it because it helped me to learn new things. And it helped me to think about different things that I could work on in my own life and that I could work on at work as well. And so I liked that book because it made me think about things that I would do after I read the book. Another book that I enjoyed reading over vacation was a book that my brother actually got me a couple months ago, and it's called Just Mercy. And it's a book that I had watched a movie that told the same story a couple months ago. And so now it's fun to read the book because I sort of know the story, but it's told in a slightly different way because it's in a book instead of in a movie. So I had a lot of fun reading that book. I haven't finished that one yet, so I'm definitely going to continue reading that. Okay, if you want to share any of those answers, since I wasn't able to hear your answers, please feel free to call me, text me, email me, and let me know the awesome things that you did over vacation, because I would love to hear about how you spent your time with your family, and I know your teachers would love to hear about that as well. All right, we are going to move into our goal for today. So today's Monday. Oh, no, we're not. I almost forgot. One of the best parts of today's morning motivation is we're going to celebrate Amy, who achieved a goal that we had a couple weeks ago. So Amy remembered that we had a goal to help your family with something at home. So whether that be to help them with the laundry or to help them with the dishes or to help cook a meal. And Amy decided that she was going to make chocolate chip muffins for her family. They look absolutely delicious, and I can tell that she worked really, really hard on them. And we're actually going to see a video of her mixing in the chocolate chips, which is pretty cool. So check it out.
Ooh, a lot of chocolate chips. Now mix those chocolate chips in.
It's sticking to the spoon.
It's all right. Put the spoon under into it. Just mix it around really fast, really hard. There you go. I think that's pretty good. I think you got all the chocolate chips in there.
Oh, I still got a little bit.
Now we've got to back up just a little bit, honey. Now we've got to put them in the muffins, in the container.
I can't do that.
Keep mixing them.
Until they're all in.
Amy, that was an awesome way to achieve that goal of helping out your family. I'm sure they love the chocolate chip muffins. I wish I could eat some. They look so delicious. Remember, that's a great way that you can help your family at home, just like Amy, is you can ask if you can help to cook dinner, but you definitely need an adult's help for that, or you can do some other chores at home that might be helpful for your family. Let's give 2 claps to Amy. All right, now moving into our goal for today, which is a brain goal. And I heard from so many of you guys after the last brain goal that we did, where we got to play some games, that you really enjoyed those games. So I chose 2 more for you to work on today. And just like last time, the first one is a little bit easier than the second one. So if you want to work on both of these brain games, definitely do it. And that's great. And you can enjoy spending some time on those. If you just want to choose one that feels right for you, that's totally fine too. So let's take a look at the brain games for today. So the first one is called a picture puzzler. And I'll read the directions to you. If you find the correct letter for each clue, you'll spell a word that should make you happy. So there are 5 clues, and you're going to figure out 5 letters, and then that will give you the secret word at the bottom. So I'll read the first clue to you. Find a letter that is in sock, but not in clock. So you need to think to yourself, maybe say the words, maybe write the words down. What's a letter that's in sock, but not in clock? And then you write that letter on the line next to it. Then you'll keep going for all of those 5 clues and try to figure out the secret word. Now, I'm going to tell you what the pictures are in case you're not sure, just so that you're using the right words when you're figuring it out. So number 1 has sock and clock. Number 2 has moon and spoon. Number 3 has pie and pen. Number 4 has log and goat. And number 5 has bell and balloon. Okay, so you need to figure out what those secret letters are to figure out the secret word. Now, the next brain game, this one is pretty tricky, and you'll definitely have to press pause on this and look at this for a little while. So this one has a bunch of different fruits, and the fruits are representing different numbers. And your goal is to figure out what is the answer to the last question, which is a piece of a coconut, an apple, and 3 bananas. If you add the values of all those together, what's the secret number? So let's work on the first one together. I see an apple plus an apple plus an apple is going to equal 30. Now, since it's the same fruit, it means that each one's going to be the same number. So it's not going to be like the first apple is 15 and the second apple is 3 and the third apple is 2. That wouldn't add up to 30. But for example, they wouldn't be 3 different numbers, okay? It would be the same number 3 times that's going to get you up to 30. So you'll have to think about that, and then you'll have to write down what is the apple equal to. And once you figure out all that, and you figure out what the banana is, and you figure out what the coconut is, then hopefully you'll be able to figure out the missing number at the very bottom. And if you figure that out, or you figure out the secret word on the puzzle before, send them to me so that we can celebrate you solving these brain games in Morning Motivation either tomorrow or later this week. Okay, and that, again, you guys have seen this before, is my number in my email if you want to send that stuff to me. All right, we're going to do our core value song for today, but before we do that, I just want to remind you that I'm looking for people to lead the core value songs. I got an awesome video from Ava and Fisk leading Respect. So if today's song ends up being Respect, you're going to see that led by Ava. And I am hoping for some more videos, especially for the songs that I don't have yet. So Focus, Integrity, Self-Determination, and Teamwork, but you can also do Respect if you want to do that as well. Okay, so drum roll, please. Let's see what song it's going to be. And I'll spin it over here. All right, today's song is going to be Self-Determination. So this is one that I don't have a leader for yet. So if you want to lead this, you can go ahead and pause the video now, have mom or dad or aunt or uncle or brother or sister come and record you doing the song, and then we'll get to play it another day in Morning Motivation. All right, go ahead and stand up, get your body ready, and let's do it.
Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard today. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard today. I put my best to the test, nothing's gonna get in my way. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard and get the most out of today. You ready for me? Today I've got a plan to do all I can. I've got a need to succeed. I won't give up on a problem, and I believe that I'll achieve. To every challenge, because my goals are set. And I worked really hard just yesterday, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard today. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard today. I put my best to the test. Hello? Nothing's gonna get in my way. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard and get the most out of today. Look out, here's a recommendation coming to you from me. You have to answer every question to the best of your ability. Slow down, double check your work now. Make them say, wow, I can't believe you did that. And tomorrow take a bow for what you did now. Hard work is where it's at. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard today. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard today. I put my best to the test, nothing's gonna get in my way. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna work hard and get the most out of today. I'll be loud and proud, stand up from the crowd. I'll share my opinions and show my work. No hesitation, I'm using self-determination. Aw, hey, hey, I wanna
right, everyone. I hope you have an awesome Monday. This is the beginning of week 6 of remote learning, and I know you all are going to do incredible work for today and for all of this week. I will see you all tomorrow on Tuesday. Remember to work on those brain games today and send me your answers once you figure them out. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.